So today we'll get into the little bit of practicing of Linux. So first thing is like guys, Linux. The thing is, which is matters to us is like commands. Okay. So Linux is one operating system which we discussed yesterday. Different flavors you have CentOS, Fedora, RHEL, Ubuntu, Debian, SUSE, Amazon, Ubuntu, and all. So here we have a commands. So major things which you have is a command, which you need to only with practice it. So uh, some of the background noise I am getting from someone. I think Naru, can you mute yourself if you're not speaking?
Sure.
So yeah, commands. So now what I did basically, whatever the command you may think of it, I have stored at this place. You see here. So how many commands you have? 1, 2, 2, 9. So this commands examples you have only 467. This is still growing actually. So major thing is command. So one thing which we call it user command. User command means anyone who is working on the Linux, he should know basics command. And there's one more command which we have admin commands. Admin commands is for specifically designed for the administrator of the machine of the Unix and Linux and so on. So how do we practice it? So I would like to share with you some of the stuff here. Let me take it to the blog, and here I will type Linux user command here. So Linux tutorial command for Linux users. So this place I have mentioned lots of user commands which you can wants to practice it and get started. So some of the commands which here you see that ls commands to list out the files, pwd command for looking at the current directory, mkdir command for creating a directory, removing a file, copying a file, soft link, touching and changing the timestamp, more command, cat command to display the content of the file, head and tail, looking at the top of the file, bottom of the file, encrypt the file, count, cut, awk, diff, source. So all these commands which you see here, tarball commands, SAP commands from transferring one machine to another machine, right? So here in this page, if you look at this, all these commands which I have listed down and with example and explanations, you have to practice it. There's no other way. There's no other way to, you can skip it and you learn. Remember that these all commands, hundreds and hundreds of commands. You have to practice it, keep in mind context, and slowly you have to get into that. Okay, so these are the commands. It's for the practice. Now, some of the commands which I feel which is very important, which you won't understand easily until it's been explained properly. So one of the command is chmod command. Another command which I feel is vi editor command. Okay. And other command if I want, so find command, grep command, uh, you know, these are the command which you need little bit of explanation. Remaining commands are very straightforward. Okay, so these are the things which I'm going to talk about it. So chmod command. Let's get into that. So here, let's say the chmod. Here, Linux tutorial chmod command. So here, I'll explain you anyways. So what is the chmod command? So let's have one machine first. So go to the template, create a clone of it. This is a Linux demo, full clone. Okay, so this is my machine which I'm trying right now. And here you go to click on the normal start.
Rajesh, the blog which you showed with the commands, do you need a login for that or is it open to public?
Open
Oh,
for everyone. Yeah.
okay. Fine.
So I got the one VMs yesterday. You might have seen me creating all the stuff. So so what is IP address? Let me get it. Hmm, IP address is 27. So 192.126.1.27. Username is root. Okay, wrong. Come, no right. 192.168.1.27. It's root Rajesh 123 and color appearance 14 volt and done. Okay, so this is the machines. Now where I am. Sorry. So because of practice, these commands got into my hands. So I just said there's no other way to learn except practice. Today you will learn. If you don't practice, you'll forget it. So this is the username and this is where I am /root. Okay. So root file system, you need to be a little bit comfortable. So root file system and click here. And you see that this is the way you will see the root file system. See, so here starting with the root, this is called root slash. Underneath you have so many folders. You can in that in Linux we call it directory. In Windows you call it a folder. Under the user you have so many folder again directory. Bar you have. So these are the important one actually. So just get comfortable with it. All the configuration will be in etc. All the executables will be in a bin folder. For example, do you want to know LSI is just run? Where is LS? Which LS? See here. It's there in the user bin LS. Okay, so here this is the user bin. Inside that you have it. You can have it here also bin. So like that, different locations. Okay, so lots of things to know. Again, I'm saying you cannot complete Linux in one session, but you require few years to get expertise. Few years, I'm saying. So one thing which I was trying to teach you, CH mode. So what is the CH mode? So using the CH mode, you are changing the mod. CH means change, mod means permissions, changing the permission. Okay, so how do we change the permission? So look at this here, one file I'll create. So touch raju.txt. Any file you can create for this. This is a file. I want to see the permissions. So you see that raju.txt. This was created at this time and date. Who's the owner of this? This is the group. This is the user. So there is a group name called root, username called root. Who's the owner of this file? So anyone who's a part of the group called root, he'll be also owner of this file. Here username is root. This is the username. There's so many combinations are there. You can play with it. If you don't understand anything, man ls. Any commands with man. Man means manual. Linux manual, you get it using mn command. man command. And you see a lot of options you have in the parameters. Over the period of time, you get habit of this. Excuse me, sorry. So here, I just want to understand this part. What is this? So this is something which you have to copy and then I can explain it to you. So here, this is and this is. Just first happen remove it, and last dot is not required. So now you need to understand what is this. So this you divide to three part. Three, three, three. Here if you see, the first one is belong to user. Second one belong to group. 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 And third one belong to others. That means using this representation, you can tell what is the access for raju.txt to the user, owner, read and writable, not executable. Here, anyone who's a part of this group, here this is a group, then read only, no write and not executable, and others also readable. So here you have a read, write, and X for executable. Okay, so this is something which you need to understand. See here, let's go back to the one blog which I wrote here only for this. I'm referring in this here. Look at this here. So here you have a file type. Hyphen means file, and if you see D means D for what? D for D for anyone?
Directory?
Directory, yeah. So here you see that it will be easy for me. See that this is a file type, and this is a file. Means in Linux you have a file directory. So D for directory. This is the normal file. Hyphen means normal file. Now read, write, execute. This is user permission. Next three group permissions. Next last three others everyone. So here you see Sham is a group name. Here you see, sorry, Sham is a username, and next one is group name. Okay, and this is the size, and this is the date of the file it got modified or created or modified. If first time you have not modified, then not created time. So what is R means readable, W means writable, X means executable. So did you understand that? What are the permissions? How do we see that in all of you? Are you comfortable? Hello.
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah. Understood.
Now the question is, how do I set the permissions? Let's say you want to customize the permission. So how do I do that? So you have to understand the weightage of read, write, and executable. There is a weightage number is R is equal to 4, W is equal to 2, and executable is equal to 1. So altogether it's become 7, correct? No? 4 to 6 plus 1, 7. So if you want to give this file permission to the user full permission, then you have to give read 4, write 2, and execute 1. That means 7 you have to assign. Right now, what is the number? Exact number? Here, what is the number? Right one? Any guess or any calculation?
644.
6. So here 6, 4, 4. So if you want to give full permission to the owner of the file, this one. Here right now you have 4 because this one. So if you want to give 6, 7 to the group of people also, and if you want to give other, that means the last permission. This is means this is least permission. 0, 0, 0. No permission. All permission. Difference. So if I say, hey, I want to execute this file, raju.txt, I want to execute. Let's say it's a shell script. So I have to give the executable permission. So read 7 here. So 7 means 4 to here, and 5. This is a read and execute. Read and execute. Okay, so like this. So this is the number system you have to give. See here, the same thing which I have explained. D for directory, R for read, write executable. This is the permissions model which we support.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.